All right, main event, Deion Sanders. Did you guys see this? Deion Sanders hiding from his ex-wife, Pilar. And we're going to give you the background as to what happened. Let's play this video here. This is senior night for the University of Colorado. Deion Sanders is the head coach. His two sons, Shiloh and Shador, play for the Colorado Buffaloes for Deion, who's the coach. And there's his wife. There's the baby mamas right there. Her name is Pilar, and we'll tell you about her right here. But this is where it all started. He said this is like World War III, and let's let him continue.
Try to do the impossible. My brother just got my mom from the stands to the senior night. We didn't know we had to walk. They're not going. They're like World War III trying to get them to walk together.
A quarterback from Dallas, Texas, number 2, Shutterstock Sanders.
All right, so if you're following the story here, even the kids know they can. This is the sad part of divorce that nobody really wants to talk about. I have experience with this. This is the long-lasting effects of a nasty, bitter divorce in a custody battle, which this guy was a part of, and I've been a part of. And this is where you get this whole thing about MRAs and child support. This is way above the pay grade of your average Red Pill Rage YouTube content creator. All right, this is above your pay grade because I'm telling you, these are long-lasting effects that happens that damages many people. How sad is it if you have kids that in the finest moment of your life, one of the most memorable moments of your life, you cannot share it in the space between two parents? And you got to have one parent on one side of the room and one parent on the other side of the room. You don't think that affects you? Okay? You don't think that affects you? It affects you. It affects the children. It affects the parents involved. And these things are because the parents become selfish. And they start trying to take territory, and they use the kids, as I call them, pawns. And then they destroy the kids into adulthood. All because someone doesn't want to let go. Somebody's money hungry. Somebody wants to hurt the other person. And then when the fathers take the position that they do, which I'm going to applaud Deion Sanders for doing this, they make the fathers the bad guy. Oh, he could have been a bigger person. Why did he just... But they forget that they put you through so much hell and trauma that they want you to just overlook it for the purpose of the kids. So he's got to be the bigger man. But this is tragic that they're in their finest moment, they can't enjoy it. They're thinking about getting their two parents together. And then they're like, well, something's going to happen if they get together. This is sad. And nobody thinks about this when y'all get divorced and y'all fight in custody and y'all hire lawyers. Nobody thinks about these moments. High school graduation, college graduation, their first house, them having kids or having marriages, and wedding ceremonies and shit like this. Now the kids got to pick and choose. Nobody thinks about this. This is where it really hurts. And these long-lasting effects of these selfish people trying to prove a point, not looking at the bigger thing. And then most of the time, one person regrets even going through it in hindsight. So here we go right here. That started it, and we're going to show you this part of the clip because this shows the entire clip of Deion trying to avoid the ex-wife. And they're saying they pulled her out of the stands. She didn't know she was supposed to be down there. I don't think Deion wanted her down there. All right, but let's go ahead and play the clip.
From Dallas, Texas, number 2, Shutterstock Sanders. And the safety, number 21, Sanders.
Now, for the non-athletes in this, because I saw a lot of crazy comments, Deion selfish. He should have walked with the team. All right. On senior night, which is your last game that you're going to play, a regular season game, on senior night, the parents walk their children out in a ceremony. Sometimes they give the parents a rose. It's a way to honor the parents, okay, and honor the kids and the parents at the same time. So on senior night, you walk with your parent. I've done so many of these. I've done almost 20 of these senior nights. Some of them I hated my seniors. I was like, good, I want y'all to go. Some of them I miss my seniors. All right, and so you invite the parents out to walk their child out to midfield to give the parents some recognition with their child. Sometimes there's no parent. The kid is a single mother or abandoned or whatever it is, and a coach will walk a kid out, or the coach will choose, the kid will choose somebody else to walk them out, maybe another parent. If the parents are married, you will see the whole family walk them out, both the mom and the dad. And it's a celebration of your family. So you can look back and say, this is how it all culminates. This is why I call it the divorce a major tragedy, because you miss out on these moments. So now the mother and father get to walk out, the son or the daughter, and now you can honor your family. This is why when you guys talk about tradition, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We don't have none of that anymore. And you can go to any high school. You go to a suburban high school, you're going to see all families. You go to an inner city or a middle class high school, you're going to see broken families. You go to a poor high school, you won't even see daddy. If daddy comes, he's going to be drunk and toothless. All right. And you hope that mama and daddy don't get a fight in the parking lot. All right. But these things are gone in our life where you're not seeing this. And even Deion Sanders is at the peak and he doesn't even have his family intact. But it gets worse than this. Let's go ahead and show you here. I'll play the video. This is him walking, but the ex-wife is going to be at midfield. And let's see what Deion Sanders does.
Joined by Deion Coach Prime Sanders. They're joined on the field by Pilar Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one huge round of applause for all of our honorees.
All right, so there goes Deion Sanders, dipped out. And there's Pilar. And so look at the son. He knew what was going to happen, and this is sad, right? Deion Sanders got the fuck out of there. And there's the son. He knew what was going to happen. He tapped him on the back, says, I'm out of here. Pilar's coming up. So they've been divorced since 2013. I think 2013, 2014, or 2012. And they still can't be in the same room. They can't even be in the open air stadium together. That's how bad it was. We're going to show you this shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one huge round of applause for all of our honorees.
There he is. And look, he going to dip out. Gone. And I'm telling you, bro, I would do the same thing if I saw my ex-wife. I don't even want to be like within 10 feet of her. All right. And it's sad. But of course, the kids are the ones hurt. So there's the mom. Of course, this is what I call a broken family. It's a broken family. But you guys claim tradition and all this stuff, and you guys write this off as a possible good way to live. I think this is almost as worse as the dating marketplace, where we complain about dating. And then we have these same type of people trying to date other people and try to date other people with kids. It's a sad reality. I'm like, dude, we're fractured. We're broken. Broken. There's no way you can just overlook this and say this is healthy and then think the kids are going to come out in a healthy way. Well, let's break it down. Why is he dipping out on Pilar? All right, so they are in finer times right there. Of course, the women are going to say he cheated on her, all this stuff. But they've been at war with each other for a long time. All right, it says right here, Deion Sanders, ex-wife jailed, loses rights to see kids. And this is December 2014. Now, she did end up costing Deion his position at the NFL Network. He was on the NFL Network, and because she was in what I call a bull in a china shop, and she just had to win, it ended up costing him his primetime job. And it says Pilar Sanders was sentenced Tuesday to 7 days in the Collin County Jail on contempt of court charges and lost all visitation rights to her 3 children. The ex-wife of NFL broadcaster and Pro Football Hall of Famer Deion Sanders was taken into custody, the ex-wife, after a hearing on several motions by the athlete's attorney. And it says right here, they sought a temporary injunction related to the defamation suit filed last month over multiple social media posts and videos from Pilar Sanders alleging abuse, assault, and attempted deletion. All right, so this is the same playbook. All right, the same playbook. He abused me. He was abusive. All right, so she tried to do that and went up there to social media, which is the court of public opinion. He was abusive. He tried to kill me. Yes. All right, batshit crazy. And it says right here, family law attorney, Rick, and by the way, just because Deion Sanders has money, he was able to get this type of order. Family law attorney Rick Roberson's filed 2 motions related to enforcing and modifying the couple's divorce decree finalized last year in 2013. As the bailiff was taking her into custody, 40-year-old Pilar Sanders objected to the entire proceedings. She appeared in court with no attorney, saying several times that she was taking part only under threat, duress, and coercion. So she's a YouTube attorney. During the hearing, she cited multiple legal statutes saying she did not recognize the jurisdiction of the court. All right, so she's playing the YouTube game. Quote, I am not part of the United States corporation, she told the court. All right, typical shit that you hear on YouTube. All right, so she's playing this bullshit. So when people say he should have been the bigger man and he should have did X, Y, and Z, where's my video of them? All right, he said, fuck this bitch. All right, he looking at her like this.
Man, fuck all you hoes. Fuck you and your mammy and your granny too.
All right, it gets worse. All right. All right, she tried to do the sovereign citizen. All right, the judge is like, get in jail out there, you stupid.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right, threw her ass in jail with all her prettiness. When asked to give her name after she took the stand, she said she did not have a name. I am Pilar Sanders, love L. Day. She says she's a Moorish American. She testified at the end of the hearing. The judge found that Pilar had violated the visitation schedule that was part of the divorce decree. He found that she failed to return the couple's children, which are Shador, these are the children. All right. Remember, I want you to keep this in mind. These are the kids that they're talking about. Right? Remember, he's getting these kids to the NFL. At least one of them. It's going to be a 1, 2, or 3 pick. Right? And they followed him around from Jackson State. He coached them in high school. He coached them in college. And then he might coach them in the NFL. Who knows? But remember, when they're talking about the kids, this is why I always tell you this kid bullshit. While these women are fighting over these kids are going to be adults. And these now are the adult kids that they're fighting over. And she in court with this Moorish bullshit. And she in court violating custody orders. They don't stay kids for very long. So these are the kids we're talking about. They're now grown ass men. Okay, so the shit it takes a different spin when you're talking about grown men. And it says right there, where she says right here. It says right here, she failed to return the couple's children when she was supposed to and took possession of them when she shouldn't have. He ordered her in jail for 30 days, but then suspended and probated the sentence for 1 year. All right, still as part of the probation, he ordered her to serve a week in the county lockup. Her ex testified that she violated the visitation schedule at least 16 times. In one instance, he testified she kept the children more than a week longer than the schedule allowed. Women do this all the time. They violate shit like this. He said that he had to retain an attorney to get them back. And they testified that Pilar Sanders, they went to the Pilar Sanders Selena house 3 times. The first time, no one answered the door. The second time, he said Pilar refused to turn over the children, saying the court had no jurisdiction over them. Well, she said that in court as well. All right, and I'm going to take that off the screen because the screen's messed up. And then the officer testified that he had returned a third time with a court order that allowed officers to use force if necessary to retrieve the children. After the children were taken, Pilar reported to Child Protective Services that they had been kidnapped. So I hear a lot of women using this part. Well, he kidnapped the kids. No, she kidnapped the kids. So instead of her turning the kids over to the police, when the police took them by force for her violating the custody order, then she called CPS and said they kidnapped them. Guys, so when you see Deion Sanders do this, all right, this is the same as my situation, bro. I was like, nah, I remember everything, bro. I'm going to remember this shit till death. All right, my ex ain't never get no leniency, nothing. All right, nope. All right, bitches play too many games. And they play game with your seed. And look at what they became versus what they would have became with her. All right, because she was not in any mental position to do anything with these boys. Not what Deion did with them. You think these boys would have been what they became without Deion in their life? No, absolutely not. And it says right here, a CPS agent testified that his agency investigated her allegations that the children were abused. The allegations were ruled out, he testified. So she even said that Deion was abusing them. It says he testified that he believed it was in the children's best interest that they not be allowed to see their mother. Quote, she brainwashes them as well as teaches them things that's awful, ungodly, and unlawful and absurd, turning them against me. So at this point in 2014, he's saying the mom is turning the kids against me. And everything backs up. The judge granted the motion to modify the divorce decree, saying that Pilar Sanders will have no visitation for her 3 children until further notice. He also ordered her to pay $5,000 in attorney's fees related to the children's retrieval. She testified that she had no job, no money. I mean, guys, this is textbook.
You get it through your thick skull that I'm broke.
All right, textbook. She got no job, no money. Why? Because she relied on her beauty. But again, she didn't want to listen to Deion. Apparently, there's a reality show with them, and she doesn't listen to him. They argued a lot. I didn't want to go through the show, but that's apparently what they were trying to say. All right. And then there's a temporary injunction on social media for the defamation, and I'm pretty sure they had some things to say about her not defaming him on social media. If you enjoyed this clip, check me out on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel for the best morning live stream every weekday. And of course, we're back for the evening live streams as well. Check out the times in the featured channels on this channel right here. And also the links are in the description box. I will see you there.
New